fabulous morning to all my dear students. You're gonna learn today business ethics. So this is your chapter 1, okay? So today I'm going to teach you an introduction to business ethics. Okay. So what do you mean by ethics? Ethics is commonly defined as a set of principles prescribing a behavior code explaining what is good or bad or right and wrong. So it may even an outline moral duties and obligations. So there is a combination of two familiar words, namely business and ethics in business ethics. What do you mean by business ethics? Business ethics are concerned with moral issues in business, just as the medical ethics are concerned with the morality of medical practices and policies, or by political ethics, and they are concerned with the morality of political affairs. Okay, so in business ethics we arrive at two things. First one is looking at the problems which raises the moral issues in business, and the second one is critically examining the various problems for solving them. Okay, so business ethics is concerned with the moral issues in ethics, and business ethics is similar to the medical ethics. Okay, and the medical ethics are concerned with a morality of medical practices and policies, and medical ethics is also called as a political ethics, which is also concerned with the morality of political affairs. Okay, next we can subject this to three different kinds of tests. Okay, so the first one is test of agreement with the evidence. The second one is test of internal coherence, and the third one is test of its compatibility. Okay, what do you mean by the test of agreement with the evidence? So here, does the evidence support or deny? Okay, so here now, while arguing about the benefits of the greater worker participation in running the companies, so what is the evidence the employees actually want in such an involvement? Test of internal coherence. Here, does the things of opposition and or unlikely to be equally true at the same time? So I'll give you example for test of internal coherence. We cannot accept the workers who are exclusively interested in maximizing their wages, and while arguing about the importance to them of an enhanced self-esteem which would come from the participation in decision making. Okay, so third one is test of its compatibility. So here does it fits with what it will be true with to contradict the assumptions. Okay, so how well, for an example, does the claim that the workers are exclusively interested in maximizing the wages fit in what we generally accept about the human motivation? Okay, so under the introduction to business ethics, first is an understanding of ethics. So here, in any organization, from the top management of employees at all levels, okay, so the ethics is considered as everybody's business. It is not just only achieving the high levels of economic performance, but also to conduct one of the business most important social challenges ethically at the same time as well as simultaneously. Okay. So the problems in a business are multifold. So here many of the vendors they offer the kickbacks to the buyers, okay, for the purchase of their goods. So these bribes are many at times heavily, and within a short period the buyers make plenty of money. Okay, so for this money laundering is another example. Okay, so in USA the Bank of Boston Corporation shipped over 1 billion in cash to Swiss banks and the banks of the other European nations. Okay, so without reporting these transactions to the US bank regulators, 21 other banks they also failed to file the required forms for big cash transactions. Okay, so after the investigation, it was learned that the drug enforcement officials they suspected that such a large cash flows by making it possible to clone the secret drug sales and gambling earnings, or to elicit the gains that are hidden in banks and your clientele they are launched. Okay, so as to appear that they were made very honestly. So the next one is ethical problem what we face. Okay, as a human, what are the problems we face? So there are two types. One is personal and the second one is professional. So when orders dropped in any manufacturing company, the supervisor is having a guts to terminate few employees to save their cost. Yes, so here the supervisor knows that some of them though loyal they will be hardworking, so they have to be terminated to save his kid. Yes, so the supervisor knows that it was unfair to terminate the employees, but he was very helpless. So even if he was given 2 months termination time by the company, he could not reveal his plans of termination to the employees to be terminated with a fear that employees would quit while still needed or not working as they usually did after being told. So the supervisor had to enforce all company rules and policies. Yes. So in another case, a senior librarian, okay, who was very casual and negligent in his attitude. So he had to make one of his weak assistants a scapegoat at the end of the year when library inventory was checked and nearly 500 books were short. So the senior librarian, he know that his assistant was very loyal, sincere, and he was very honest in his work. So such a thing would not happen for him. However, the reasons of the books lost could not be found out by him, and he had put the blame on his junior, who was mentally weak and very innocent. Okay, so he had to take the full blame. So he took the decision of putting the blame on his junior rather than on himself. Okay, so here there would be many episodes like this. So they will be raising the ethical questions for a number of reasons. Sometimes the society is very hot. Yes. So the individuals they will be making profits. It is very unfair way of expense of others. Okay. As you're well known with the story of the clover monkey. Yes. So here in this story, the clover monkey that ate the curd rice and it smeared it on the face of the goat. Okay. So the goat was punished severely by his master, who thought that it had eaten the same. Okay. So as like this story, a business firm suffers many at times with higher cost when money is embezzled. Okay, so the firm has to pay hidden cost for its supplies. Okay, so embezzlement is a fraudulent appropriation of another's property by the person to whom it was entrusted. So, thus, it can be noticed that money laundering, cloaks, or the illegal activities, and it protects the lawbreakers like the monkey and goat story. Okay, so these are about today's class. So, next class, you will learn about what's the meaning of business ethics, the definitions of ethics, and business ethics. Okay, thank you.